This is Elizabeth Kreft, Blaze's Intel and Tech Editor, and I'm here with Assemblyman Travis Allen from California. And we're going to talk about something that's a little irritating. People out in California are trying to ban fires on the beach. One of my favorite things to enjoy in life. What is happening here, Travis? Why is this happening?
So this is kind of a funny little issue. I've been in office for 3 months. I was recently elected, and my Capitol director came into my office, and he said, "You'll never believe this, but they're trying to ban beach bonfires in California." And I just kind of laughed, and I knew that, you can do anything you want to in government, but it seemed like the stupidest thing that the government would try to do, right? So we took a look into the issue. There was a tiny little neighborhood down in Newport Beach, California. It's a gorgeous neighborhood, multi-million-dollar homes.
It's a nice area. I have seen it.
Beautiful area.
Yeah.
But right below that is a public beach called Big Corona and Little Corona Beach. And that beach has beach bonfires. So for about 2 decades or more, some of the residents in that neighborhood wanted to basically, they didn't want the outsiders, the people from outside the neighborhood coming down and using their beach. So they tried all sorts of things. They tried, noise, nuisance violations, all sorts of things like this. And after 2 decades, they came around and they said, wait a second, if we get rid of the beach bonfires, these people won't come down at night, because it gets kind of cold at the beach at night.
Well, so let me ask you a quick question. Is this an issue of the residents? Is it a safety issue? Are they legitimately worried about something, or is it just a nuisance that they're trying to prevent? What do you think their real agenda is?
Their real agenda is pretty clear. They want the foreigners off their beach. If you don't live there in a multi-million-dollar home, they don't want you using your beach.
That doesn't seem very friendly or Californian to me. Or maybe I'm misreading it. I mean, maybe I haven't spent enough time in California. Is this typical behavior of the residents in that area? Or is it just something that you've seen crop up now and it kind of surprised you as well?
It really surprised us. And the thing that's really important to note is about 80% of the people that live there love the tourists. They have no problem with people coming to their beach. It's just a few people that live there that don't like the outsiders coming in.
But here's the problem. If I go, I want to have a bonfire on the beach. So what you're saying is they're trying to get rid of the bonfires to get rid of the people that come along with the bonfires. Is that what I'm understanding?
That's exactly right.
So what are you going to try and do to fix this problem? Because if I come out there, again, I want to enjoy my bonfires on the beach.
What they started out initially was a couple of the residents went to City Council in Newport Beach, and they said, let's get rid of all the beach bonfires. City Council agreed, but then the California Coastal Commission stepped in and said, no way, you can't get rid of beach bonfires. The beach bonfire is an inexpensive family recreation for which there's no substitute, was the exact language that they used.
Sure,
right?
You have the image of the kids and the parents sitting there roasting marshmallows over the fire. I mean, innocent as can be, and yet this is something that they want to prevent?
That's exactly right. So the Coastal Commission said, no, you can't do it. So they changed their tactics. Then they went to the South Coast Air Quality Management District and said beach bonfires cause air pollution. And there's absolutely no basis to this claim. We have the cleanest air in all of California is at beaches. You have this marine layer that comes in that blows everything out so quickly. So you have a couple nights of a few months of the year where we have beach bonfires, right. And it's something we all get to enjoy. But this was a tactic they were using to try to get rid of the beach bonfires so they would get rid of the people that didn't live there from coming down to their beach.
This seems like a tactic that is now becoming more and more ubiquitous for almost any agenda. Lean towards the clean energy or cleaner environment, and you can somehow tie in that excuse, if you will, to manipulate different pieces of legislation. Is that kind of what you saw happening here?
This happens all the time. Welcome to Sacramento.
Okay. So now where's the process stand now?
So we came back this year with AB 1102. Very simply, it says, on the beach, we're going to keep all our beach bonfires because this is part of beach access. And we will obey all air quality regulations. But if you want to try to move them or remove them, you have to go through the California Coastal Commission. And their one job is to protect access for all Californians.
How can Californians, if they're watching this clip, how can they support this effort? If they're saying, hey, hands off my bonfires, how can they help this effort?
This is absolutely huge. What they need to do right now is pick up the telephone and call their legislator's office. They need to call basically the Senate Appropriations staff. They need to call the Senate Appropriations members, and they need to say, look, keep our beach bonfires. We have the NAACPs fully supporting. All of my Latino groups are fully supporting all this. Everybody knows that you should be able to enjoy a beach bonfire regardless of how much money you make or where you live in California.
Assemblyman Travis Allen, thanks so much for speaking with us today on The Blaze.
Thanks a ton, Elizabeth.